Good morning, crocheters. This is Karen Whooley. I'm so glad to be with you this week, recording our podcast. And it's going to be a short one because I am getting ready to go to the Ritzville Fiber Fest. Friday, I get to set up my booth. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I will be vending my books and patterns. So if you are a local crocheter here in Washington, the Ritzville Fiber Fest is in Ritzville, Washington, which is just off of Highway 90 and Highway 395 at the fairgrounds there in Ritzville. And we are going to be there from, I believe it's 9 a.m. it opens until 4 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to have my books. I'm going to have some demos going on. I am going to have some patterns, and I'm really excited because I've gotten my new shopping cart for pop-ups to allow me to email patterns to anybody who wants to purchase a pattern, so I don't have to print patterns anymore and have them in stock. So if you're interested in any of my patterns, I will be there. I will have a special going on for the show. Is if you buy 4 books, and it can be any combination of my 4 books or one of each, you'll get 15% off the entire order for the purchase of those 4 books. And if you order, or if you buy 4 or more of my patterns that I have there with me, and I'm only going to have certain patterns that are in the shopping cart. You can buy others via my website. But if you're coming to the show, there's only certain patterns. I believe there's 15 of them in the shop. So you can see the actual samples. And if you buy 4 or more, you'll get 10% off however many patterns you order. But you have to have a minimum of 4. So those are my show specials. I'm also bringing some extra yarn out of my stash that I'm planning to sell. So if you want to be able to squish some of this yarn that I've got, make sure you come as well, and you can squish it and then buy it, and they're discounted way down because I really need to get rid of my stock on that. So anyway, that's where I'm at. That's what we're doing today, or this weekend I should say. I'm really excited about it. It's my first show vending since 2021. Yeah, because 22, yeah, 21. Wow. Okay. So it's been a while. So anyway, I'm excited about this this podcast because I'm going to be showing you in a little bit the Crochet A Long I'm going to do. I'm going to do a book review. I'm going to be doing a my brain is not working. I need more coffee this morning, guys. I'm sorry. So anyway, that is what's going on today. I've got a lot of things to share. So we're going to get started right now with what I'm working on. Okay, so what am I working on? I know a lot of you have been watching me as I'm doing my cross stitch for my son, and that has been put on hold. And it's been put on hold because I just can't right now. I've got so much going on. I am working on my new book. I can't show you anything of that yet, but I've got the first project done. The second one should be coming off the hook today. But I am working on a couple little things behind the scenes. First of all, I am working on a pair of knit socks that I don't have here with me right at the moment, but I will show those to you at another time. So my first project that I'm going to show you is from Pine and Cauldron Yarns, and it's this is a very small scarf. If you've ever seen the Sophie scarf from Petite Knits, it's a take on crochet with that, and it's going to be a scarf that you can wrap around your neck. I can't do it right now. Around your neck and tie in front just to kind of keep your neck warm. I've always wanted to do one in crochet. I was looking for a moody yarn, and I got it from Pine and Cauldron. And you can make, with the main skein, you can make multiples of this scarf. You might need to buy more mini skeins, but you can make multiples of the scarf. This is her label, Pine and Cauldron. It's her colorway Ryan, which is named after her husband. But what I wanted to show you is I am doing, and I'm going to do this up close. I'm going to do a video on this later on how to do this. But I am doing, I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. I keep forgetting that the camera's on the other side with this new tripod I have. This is this is an applied I-cord, and it's really hard to see here. It's so dark. I think when I get it a little bit bigger, it'll show you. But it's funny because you guys are used to seeing me with a handled hook. And the reason I'm using actually 2 regular crochet hooks are because when you're doing the applied I-cord, you have to slide the stitches. I'm facing me now so I can see what I'm doing. You slide the stitches all the way to the end of the hook and use the second hook to pick them up, because these loops are always live on here until you get to the very end, and then you put them all together. But it's been a really interesting process. This is very small right now because it took me like 5 times to get it started and get my stitches nice and even. But now that I've got my stitches nice and even, I am really excited about having learned how to do applied I-cord in crochet. So stay tuned for more. I'll probably make another scarf with this, maybe with a brighter applied I-cord at the end kind of thing. So I'm kind of getting really excited for this one. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. That's what I'm working on besides my book. So that's all I've got to show you as far as my projects. Yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that in the month of May, we have a new pattern coming on May 14th. Now, a couple months ago, I mentioned to my newsletter, and I think I might have mentioned this all to you, that I was switching my pattern sales to Friday, and that just is not working out for me schedule-wise. So I'm going back to Tuesdays. Everything's happening on Tuesdays. If you have separated out your newsletter, I put everybody back into the same newsletter because every week I'm going to be doing something, and I can't have, there's too much work. Let's just put it that way. It's too much work to think about. This week it's this week it's that. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, if there's things you don't want, I apologize, but I'm going to try to do it, you know, really short and sweet. You can delete the email if you don't want whatever's going on in that particular email. But I wanted to let you know the 14th is the new pattern. But let's talk about now what is going on with the Crochet Along. So if you received my newsletter yesterday, Tuesday, you know that I'm doing a Crochet Along, and I am doing a Crochet Along with April's pattern, which is, this is Enchanted Vine. I'm very excited. This is probably my most favorite pattern to date as far as shawl is concerned. Well, maybe second to Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts will always be my first love, I think. But I love how this pattern turned out. And I want to do a crochet along with it in June. So we're doing, starting June 3rd, we will be doing a crochet along. But for the month of May, this pattern is going to be 15% off. So if you haven't already bought the pattern, I will have a link in the show notes, and you can purchase this pattern for 15% off. And what's really cool with my newsletter software now, anybody who purchases a particular pattern gets put into a list of on the newsletter software that I know that you've purchased the pattern. So if you purchase the pattern later in May, I was going to say March. Later in May, I will be sending out a newsletter to everyone thus far who has purchased the pattern. So I have people in April that purchased it. I'm sure I'll get some people in May that purchase it. And I will send you all the details of how to join the Crochet Along. The Crochet Along goes from June 3rd through, I have to look at my calendar, through the 30th. So the first couple days of June are the weekend. So I'm just going to let those go. But the 3rd through the 30th, and then on July 1st, I'm going to do a live stream. For anybody who finished the shawl, we'll be doing a giveaway, and I'll have more on that as soon as I figure out what those giveaway things are going to be. And I'll talk about that later on. But if you're interested, the link to the pattern for Enchanted Vine is in the show notes below the video. So I hope you'll join us, because I'm going to do a beginning Zoom call for everybody who is participating, just to chat and see how everybody's doing, if they picked out their yarn, answer questions, that kind of thing. And then all of the month of June, we'll be crocheting these shawls, and I am going to encourage everybody who's participating to share on Instagram so that I can repost them and talk about it and all that kind of thing. And then again on July 1st, I will be doing the giveaway drawing. So stay tuned for that. So now let's go on and let's go to the topic of the week, which is my book review of Jane Crowfoot's Perfect Crochet Finishing. Hi everyone, just promised, here is my review of Perfect Crochet Finish by Jane Crowfoot. This book is actually not what I was expecting when I got the book. When I ordered it, because it said Perfect Crochet Finish, I honestly thought it was all going to be about edgings and how to finish things and stuff like that, but that is not the case. She has put in things like patterns, she has put in hooks, yarns, and essentials, she put in stitches, you can see right here that, I'm going to bring this closer so you can see it, but you can see that she's got borders and stuff like that, yes, but she's got beading and color work and essential techniques, working in the round, tubular crochet, frogging is even an option, or a topic that she covers, which I thought was interesting that she didn't, she called it frogging rather than ripping out, which was what frogging means if you've never heard that term before. She's got her finishing touches in there, but it's about more than just finishing. So if you have never met Jane, she has done those beautiful blankets. That's what she's known for, are her beautiful blankets. Here's some pictures of them. And this book is actually really great about her inspiration and talking about her, but she's got a section about this book and how it's broken down and all that kind of thing. So that's really important. And then that whole first section is about hooks, yarns, and all the other stuff. So she's got yarn weights in there. She's got reading a ball band, all that stuff. And I should mention too, this is the American version or the US version of her original book that was done in the UK. So the terminology is the American or the US terms for this book. So she talks about plant, yarn basics, about the qualities of yarn, which is really cool. She just does a little mini section on those, but that's really, really good. I love seeing that. And then she's got all her how-tos, how to read patterns, how to read charts. She's got gauge. She's got the basic stitches in here. She's got textural stitches. So it's got a little bit of a stitch dictionary to it. So that is a cool thing about this book, is she's got this beautiful spike stitches and chevrons, and she talks about how to thread beads onto your yarn and different beaded crochet, beaded single, beaded half double, which is great to have as a resource. She also is like placing a bead to the back, half double crochet, beaded double crochet, beaded edgings, which I think are cool. I love beaded edgings on different things. I don't do them as often as I should, but I'm going to start using beads more often, I think, in the future. She's got color theory in here, which is really great as well if you haven't gotten this book yet. She talks about intarsia and tapestry and mosaic and board. And then she has a section on borders and edgings and embellishments. So she's got all sorts of edgings. I'm just going to flip through these really quick. Really great book. She's got pom-poms and tassels and the knotted fringe, which I absolutely love on certain projects. She's got some embellishments like flowers and tassels and patterns for those. She's got a section on joining blocks, continuous flat braid, how to join as you go with granny squares, which actually is a good thing to know, because that's been really popular lately with granny squares, is join as you go granny squares, and that's relatively new. That's not something that I knew about when I was growing up, so that is a section I was really excited to see. She also has a section on how to sew things together, so back stitch and over sewing, which is what we call whip stitch. The mattress stitch was what I used for clothing. She's got washing and storing advice, and then she's got at the end the useful information. And she talks about the riders, yankers, and lifters, which I had never heard before, but I think this is awesome. This is about how we crochet for our tension. So riders Archie's the right height on their stitch pose. The riders have achieved stitches that are evenly balanced. Yankers over yank their yarn, their working yarn after they finish, and lifters make their loops taller because they want things looser. So those are things to think about when you're talking about your how you crochet and your tension. So, and then she's got resources in here, which I thought was great. She's got the Craftsy classes, she's got Crochetville in here, Lovecraft, Ravelry, the yarns she used, the crochet project, crochet guilds are in here, the yarn boards, so Craft Yarn Council's in here, American Wool Council, the cotton board. I didn't realize there was a cotton board. I have to look them up. And then she's got, you know, where she's at. she has her website, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, and all that stuff. So this is really a great book. And then, of course, she's got the index in the back. But this is really a great book, and I highly recommend it. I will have a link to the book in my show notes, so make sure you check it out. I hope you enjoyed that little snapshot of the book. I really like it. I have a link in the show notes so that you can see the book and purchase it for yourself if you'd like it. And it will be a affiliate link because I am an Amazon affiliate. So I will put an affiliate link in there. But it's a great book, and I highly recommend that as a crocheter you have it in your library, because there's a lot of things like I showed you, like beading and talking about yanking and pulling and all that kind of stuff. Those things in the book are amazing. Okay, let's move on to the comments. And so for comments, I really don't want to read them all, but last week I did a little short explaining that we've had some things going on, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who responded and is saying prayers or sending good vibes for me and what's going on in our personal life. It's not something I can talk about publicly, but I don't know if this is going to be resolved anytime soon. So I'm just not talking about it until I'm ready to talk about it. I just ask for, if you're inclined, please say all the prayers. We need to storm heaven. So that's all I want to say about that. But in the show notes or in the comments today, I'd really love it if you guys would just tell me what you thought about the review. If you want me to do more reviews, I would like to know if you'd like me to review more yarns. I do have some in stock that I could review. I just have to be careful talking about them because they are for my book and I'm not talking about my book yet. I also would like to know, if you guys have anything you want to share about your crochet journey, how you learned. I'd love to read some of those online. How you learned to crochet, what your favorite projects are, if you had a really funny story crocheting something. I'd love to have those in the comments. So make sure you drop those in. Otherwise, I am done for this week. I really do need to get back to putting labels on all my samples and getting my shopping cart set up completely and all of that for the show. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I will see you next week, God willing, that I will be here. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a part of Team Whooleygan, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.